Hello everyone, welcome back to our new video. Today, the problem of the day is winner of an election. So let's see the problem statement. We are given with an array of n names of candidates in the election where each of the name is a string of lowercase character. The frequency of each unique name is equal to the number of votes casted to that particular candidate. So our job is to print the name of the candidate who has received the maximum count of the votes. And if there is a draw between two candidates, then we will simply print the name of the candidate who has lexicographically smaller name. So just for a small information, a string A is lexicographically smaller than string B if and only if the first position where A and B differs, string A has a letter that appears earlier in the alphabet than the corresponding letter in B. To understand this, we will take a small example. So let's take two strings AAB and ABC. So first we have to find the first index where both the string is differs. We can see the first index is equal, and from the second index both the string get different. So we will check between these two characters of the string which character comes first in a dictionary order. We know that A comes before B in a dictionary order, so we can say that AAB is lexicographically smaller than ABC. This is all about sorting strings lexicographically. Now coming back to the question, we have to print the winner and the number of votes he has got, and if the number of votes matches with any other candidate, we will print the candidate who is lexicographically smaller than the other. Let's take the first example given in our problem. So this is our array with all the names of the candidate. Now what will be the approach to this problem? We will create a hash map which will store each candidate name, each unique candidate name along with its frequency. That means the number of vote he has gained. So let's add values to the hash map. At first, John will be added with a value of 1. Then we got Johnny as a unique candidate and the value will be 1 for the first time. Then Jackie with the value of 1. Then we got Johnny again, so the value will be incremented by 1. Like this we will increment all the values when we get a repeated candidate name, Jackie. Then we got a new name, that is James, so the value will be 1. Then we got James again, so it will be incremented by 1. John and Johnny will be incremented by 1 in the next iteration. Then we got James, and lastly we got Johnny and James. So we can see the number of votes for John is 4, number of votes for Johnny is 4, number of votes for Jackie is 2, and number of votes for James is 3. So according to our question, the candidate with maximum number of votes will be the winner. So here we have got a tie between Johnny and John. So we will compare the strings lexicographically, which comes first. And clearly we can see the string John comes first lexicographically, so we will return the John. Let's see the another example given in our problem. So we got 3 unique names. We will create our hash map for each of the candidate, that is for Andy, and the value will be 1. The for Blake value is 1, and for Clark the value is 1. So all the values are added in our hash map. Now we will check the max who has got the maximum number of votes. In this example, everyone has equal number of votes. So the candidate whose name is lexicographically smaller will be the winner. So clearly Andy is the smallest lexicographical string, thus we will print his name as a winner. So we have seen how to solve this problem. Now let's dive into the code. So as we have discussed, we will take our hash map to store the name of the candidate along with the frequency in the array, which will be the count of votes for each candidate. So let's take the map of string type and integer. Let's name it m. Let's name it vote count equals to new hash map. Now we will fill our map with the elements of the array. For that we have to run a loop in our array. So string s in arr, we will add all the elements in the array dot vote count, where the key will be s and the value for each key will be incremented by 1. So if a key doesn't contain any value, we will store 0 by default and then increment it by 1. So for that we will write vote count dot get. This will give the value if it is present, or default, by default it will store 0 s comma 0 and it will be incremented by 1. Whatever the value will be returned will be incremented by 1. So we are done with our map. Now let's take two variables which will use to store winners information. So let's say string winners, which will store the name of the winner, and let's take int max vote. This will store the maximum vote of any candidate. Now we have to run a loop to go through all the elements of the map.entry. So map.entry will convert all the elements in a set, in a form of set, which is of string type and integer type as well. Let us name it as entry, and it will run in our vote count map dot entry set. So this entry set will connect our variable entry to each and every elements present in our vote count map. So this is a enhanced for loop. Sorry, it will be for. So this is an enhanced for loop which is used to go through all the elements in our map. And now we will store our current index candidate's name date in this variable, and we will get it by entry dot get key. So we will get the name of the first candidate, and then we will store his votes in another variable, entry dot get val. So now we have the name and the number of vote he has gained. Now according to the conditions we have discussed, we will check if the current vote, the vote of the current candidate, is greater than max vote or not. If this is true, what we will do, we will simply change our max vote with the value of vote. And if you remember, we also have another condition where we have to check which candidate is lexicographically smaller. So for that we will compare the name present candidate name compared to the winner name. So we will compare our current candidate name to the winner candidate name only if the number of vote of the current candidate is equal to the number of vote which winner has got till now. So if these two conditions satisfied, then we will change our winner by the present candidate. Winner is equals to candidate. Now by the end of the loop, we will get our final winner with his maximum number of votes he has gained. Then we will return our result. So we have to return the value in the form of string array. So we will create a string array and the values will be winner name, and we have to pass the number of votes he has gained, but it is in integer type. So we will first convert it to the string integer dot to string, and we will pass our variable max vote. So this is all about the code. Let's check whether we have any issues or not. We took a map, iterate through the array, vote dot count. So it will be default AULT winner string max vote, iterating through elements of map, vote entry dot get value and key. Vote is greater than max vote on candidate dot compare to winner. Okay, this comparison will return a value. If the value is less than 0, that means the current candidate is lexicographically smaller than the present winner. So in that case, we will change our winner. So now our codes look fine. Let's compile and run. So it's compiling fine. Let's submit the code. So the code is submitted. If you find the video helpful, please like, share and subscribe. Let's meet in the next video.